Right, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can use ArcGIS, a free online GIS piece of software, to create some proportional circles for mapping some data onto a base map. So in the image I've got in front of me, I've got three locations where I've taken a decibel reading in three places around the Botanic Gardens in Cambridge. One on the main road, one on a smaller road, Brooklands Avenue, and then one in the Botanic Garden itself. So how do I go about doing this? Well, first of all, I'm going to load up ArcGIS, and you just need to sign in with the usernames that I've given you, and I'll try and sign in correctly. And when it loads up, mine will look slightly different to your one because I've got some admin rights, but if you click on Map on the tab at the top, it will take you to their mapping software. Now what I'm going to end up creating is over Cambridge. I'm going to try and create three circles on those three locations over where the Botanic Gardens are. So what do I need to do? Firstly, I need to open up an Excel document and open up a new blank document, and I'm going to type in latitude, longitude and decibels, because that's what I want to map on here. So for each of my locations, I'm going to go onto Google Maps, and on Google Maps I'm going to find the same location where I took the data from. So my data on this one, for example, on the main road, was taken about here, and if I right click the map and I go down to the option that is what's here and click that one, it pops up with a little image at the bottom where it says I'm on the A1134, I'm in Cambridge, gives me a postcode, and it also gives me a latitude and longitude reading down the bottom. If I click on that, it gives me the numbers up the top, so I can just take my latitudes and move them across into these boxes, take my longitudes, move them into the boxes, and the data that I wanted to plot was 55 decibels, so I'm going to add 55 decibels in here. It's then purely a case of repeat, so I'm going to have a look. My recording of 38 decibels was further down towards the east of Brooklands Avenue, so I'm going to have a look. I was down here somewhere. I'm going to right click again, what's here, click on the data at the bottom. This will give me some new numbers, and I'll take these numbers across again and pop these into here, and just Control C, Control V, copying and pasting these. I'm going to make it a bit bigger so I can see all of the data on there. What's my decibels? It was 38, so let's add that one in, 38 decibels. And my third one was somewhere in the middle of the park, so let's have a look where I got it. Somewhere on that footpath that's going down there, that's about there. So again, right click, what's here, click on the bottom, last bits, I want this one into there, and my longitude across there, and the decibels for this one was 23. And Cambridge is obviously east of London, so all my longitudes are positive. If you were mapping something in Bristol, for example, you'd just end up with a negative longitude in those numbers in there, instead of the positive ones that I've got at the moment. So I've got my data, I've got my three sites with latitudes, longitudes, and whatever I'm recording. So then I just need to save this file. So save as, let's stick this on my desktop somewhere. call it decibels. And importantly, instead of saving it as an Excel workbook, what you want to do is you want to save it as a CSV, delimited file. So if you just click on the Save As type, and instead of Excel workbook, CSV, delimited, and then save that. Yep, I want to keep using that format, and I'm going to shut my Excel file for the moment. In fact, I'll just save the original file as well in case I want it later on. As a workbook. You don't need to do this, but just in case. So, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my map. I'm here in Cambridge, and I'm going to click on the Add tab at the top here. I'm going to click Add, and then add a layer from a file. That's my file that I'm going to find. And I'm going to choose my file, go to my desktop, and I want decibels, the CSV file, which is that one. I'm going to import my CSV file, and what you can see now is that I have 3 circles, 1, 2, 3, sitting on the 3 locations that I gave the latitudes and longitudes for, and I've got myself a key down in the bottom left, which currently shows my decibels with different numbers that are on here. Now, what I then need to do is I need to think about how I want to present this data and whether I feel like the size of the circles and things like that is the same, is exactly what I want. So I'm going to click on Options on here, and I can edit some of the I can edit the kind of style of the proportional symbols that I've got at the moment. I can change the minimums and maximums, for example, if I want slightly bigger pixels than I've got. And so my smallest circle that's in here at the moment I think is a little bit too small. When I print it out I might not be able to see it. So at the moment it's 8 pixels in size. I'm just going to bump that up to 30 pixels. We'll see what it looks like. And you can see how it's grown larger, and suddenly the other ones have grown larger, and so has my key, and my key's changed on here as well with this. And actually I'm still thinking that all of them are a little bit small, so I'm going to make the biggest one, which at the moment is 50 pixels. I'm going to bump that up to, let's say, 150 pixels. Oh, it doesn't like 150, let's go for 120. And let's have a look at what it thinks about that. So perhaps that's a slightly better size on here. I can, if I want to, do things like change the transparencies of them and make them more see-through. More or less opaque if I decide to do that, and I can play around with the data that's on here and do things like that if I want to. I'm pretty happy with how it looks at the moment, which is great. So I'm going to go to print. When I print, I can print map or print map with a legend. When my ridiculously slow home computer kicked into action. Right, I'll leave that for a moment. Come on. It'll print out with a key on the left, and the map will appear in the middle. When you're happy with that, you've got yourself a map. Copy and paste it across into whatever Word document or equivalent that you're using.